Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to a brand new video of another episode of a look back in time, still a work in progress title. Now, the game I'm going to be showcasing today, as you can probably see, is Halo Reach. And we'll be starting off with this mission, which is probably my favourite one, Nightfall, which generally doesn't take too long. Now, this is going to showcase all different aspects of the game, but starting off with the campaign and talking about it, I guess the campaign is probably one of my favourite Halo campaigns. Not the best, but not the worst by far. Because, trust me, when playing other Halo games, and this doesn't include the Wars games because they're strategy, I'm talking about only the first person shooter versions. That's including like Combat Evolved, ODST and stuff. No, Combat Evolved was the first title, so it has to be involved. But yeah, this doesn't have the worst one. Halo 4, I think, had the worst campaign out of my full opinion. You can disagree with me all you want on that. But this campaign was long and fun to play, with a lot of different things going down, a lot of different weapons, a lot of different enemies. An issue I did have with it was like none of the enemies spoke English. So when fighting them, it was like no English, so the grunts were boring, and there was no sort of comedic aspect to it, so no point for the IWHBYD skull, which is a real damn shame, because I mean, all the other games that had that skull in, it was a great comedic aspect and a lot of fun to have, because listening to grunts just say random shit that makes no sense and be able to laugh at it, it's so funny. But on this game, they're all like nyap nyap, and it's like no one understands them whatsoever. I mean, maybe there's like classes you can take in certain universities that allow you to speak Ungoi, but until then, it's like there's no point in adding that skull to a game if it's not going to have comedy lines and easy speech. Because not even the like regular militia or Marines or Spartans even say anything that funny with the skull on. And trust me, I played this game so much, I probably know every voice line that they say with it on. From the points with them not saying anything funny, it's all them talking about the mission, like, oh, there's militia up ahead, or I can hear pistols, standard issue. And it's not great. But one of my favourite aspects of this campaign is the amount of glitches you can have. From when I used to do all the sort of daily and weekly challenges, which I will forget to mention in this video again, but like I say, when I used to go through all the weekly challenges and stuff, there would be a lasso that would come out every 2 weeks, and for the amount of credits it's worth, like around 30,000 per time, they're worth going for. And me and my group of friends that would do it would always find the easiest way to complete a mission. For example, Winter Contingency, we'd go through that only fighting maybe 1 or 2 enemies just at the very end, and that's just by walking around the outside of the map. I mean, if I was to go to, say, Nightfall, which you're watching now, and you see the amount of glitches I put off in this to speed run it, which there will be an interesting glitch coming up soon, I promise, which actually manages to despawn the whole like end of the mission. You just got to run through it with no enemies, which makes it a hell of a lot easier. But even tip the spear at the beginning when you're fighting all the enemies to take out the first, I think it's you got to take out a gun, like a massive AA turret, or you just got to fight for a bunch of enemies. Just walk around the edge, you just scale a cliff, and it allows you not to get hit, and you can just skip that and despawn all the enemies. So many different glitches on this game that it made it so fun to try and speedrun, and that's why I really enjoy playing it. But the glitches don't stop there. There's things on like New Alexandria where you can, if depending on what you're flying, whether you're flying a Falcon or a Banshee, depends on whether you're able to fly a Phantom or a Pelican due to a glitch. Now, granted, they'll have no guns when you fly them, but It's the only game where you can utilise a glitch to fly a vehicle that isn't available in any other game, which is a hell of a lot of fun, if you ask me. And that's where this game really done it for me. All the glitches, all the enjoyment that you could have, and the hours of fun, even if you're on your own in single player. Just all the different things that can be done to get things to help you throughout the mission. And not many people knew about utilising the glitches. So when I would have a friend that needed something done, and we knew glitches, it would be like, right, come with us, we'll help you, we'll get it done, and then we'll do what you want. It's fine. And sort of, that's not even how we sort of leveled up. Most of our leveling up come from matchmaking, because all of the daily challenges, which I mentioned before, I won't be mentioning again, are done really well and helped us a lot, but are in matchmaking. So I guess we can move on. Okay, so what you're currently seeing on screen now is the armory, and the armory is probably one of my favourite places to be, just to unlock all the different armour, but it did cost credits, and a lot of it was expensive. Now, I have 251,000 credits, and my most expensive piece of armour, not armour effects, but armour is 300,000, which is the Mark 6 Mjolnir helmet, and quite frankly I can't bother to buy that, but the armory spans anything between knees, armour effects, visor, even firefight voices, helmets, shoulders, utility packs which do nothing. But I think armour effects are probably my favourite, because you get blue flames, or you can just fire up and have fun with a hell of a lot of lightning coming from your skull, but that costs 2 million credits, and that is a hell of a lot to earn. And right here, if I'm to go on to my combat record, then you'll also see a bunch of different things, such as all my different career stats and stuff like that. There's commendations. They range from, I will show off a few, and they range from onyx to gold, silver, bronze, iron. Those are the grades, iron being the lowest, onyx being the highest, because it's all Forerunner stuff, which I have to say, I do have quite a few in onyx, but not the most. The combat record also shows a lot of different things, from whether you're a fan of what you've completed Halo 3 and ODST on. So, as you can see, I've done both legendary when you see it and it comes up, if it hasn't already. But I also have to show you about the elites and stuff, and all of their different grades, which you can also change in your service record. And not to mention all of the different game modes like firefight, matchmaking, forge, custom games. My last custom games was Lava Pit, and that was absolutely so much fun. And I mean, they were probably some of the most fun, if not the most fun things on the game, apart from matchmaking, which, to be fair, the only game mode I ever really seemed to play on matchmaking was with a few of my friends. We'd have 4 of us. It'd be 4v4 Team SWAT, which had to be probably the best game mode on Halo by far. But speaking about Forge mode, it also had an amazing way through that, because it had possibly the biggest Forge map in any Halo game there was, and possibly one of the biggest forging options for its time. I mean, now that Halo 4 and 5 have come out, yeah, they have massive things, amounts of things that you can spawn in. But for a 360 game, Halo Reach had one of the most diverse, I guess you could say, forging things as well, with vehicles that aren't in any other game, such as Falcons and things like that, and just so many different gadgets that were added. I believe it was like the first appearance of the kill ball. You can utilize so many more map effects than before, and it was just such a fun game. So, on that note, I have to say thanks for watching. Rating this game, I would rate it a... Cool. I'd rate it a good 9.7 out of 10. And I did forget to mention one thing. There is a elite armor which I didn't get to show in this. It is the officer armor. I will put an image up on screen now of it. And thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Later. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Share if you got time. Drop a favourite if you got one. I'm done now. Let it go, make my body go. Take our bodies higher and higher.